Welcome to episode 62 of the FIFA 17 My Player series, coming off an episode with back-to-back 2-0 victories, one of those in the Europa League semifinals, which we'll find the result of that today. But first we'll play away at Norwich City before traveling to Portugal to do the second leg of that Europa League semifinal. And we get the injury news that Mbula is out 3 months, so his season is over. It's a broken ankle. So that's Niang, Muniesa, Mbula all gone here for the end of the season. But we'll move forward, traveling to Carrow Road to face Norwich City. And it was not around when we played them previous in the season, but a look at the table, we have a chance to catch Arsenal. They've already played their game today. We're only 3 points back. Norwich play a 4-2-3-1. John Ruddy's still there. Klose, Olsen, Oliveira up top. And for us, Butland in goal. Wolscheid, Cameron are the center backs. Allen, Kondogbia, Bradley in the central midfielder. Vargas starts up top. Shaqiri, or no, it's Arnautovic on the other side. Semedo gets that to Arnautovic. Puts his back into the defender. Defender really marking him well. Olsen. Arnautovic looking. He's gone halfway back towards midfield. Bradley's going to turn it this way. We'll touch it on for Vargas. He had the defender on him. Still not cleared away yet. Olsen is going to get it as far as Bradley, who heads it back to Kondogbia. He's going to give it back to us. We'll slide this back through Kondogbia on the volley. Just barely misses that, or half volley it was. Did well to keep that down, just not on target. Allen for Kondogbia. Allen again. Play this up the line. We'll turn it inside. Looking. A chance maybe right here through the middle. And, Kondogbia hits it over the bar. And the medical symbol over us. Not good. Not what we wanted to see there. And I'm limping off the field as Rudy's going to hit this. Keep you posted. Kondogbia. Looking. Finds Allen. Still have the little cross on the field. Vargas is going to try to go over the top. Olsen's going to quickly give it to Martin. For Jarvis. Poked away there. A chance up to a 7.0. Turn it inside. Oh, good tackle. Picked up by Jarvis. Keeping the pressure on. Not letting them out of their own half. Malumbu moves forward. Tackle and hit him hard. Now he's on the ground. We get it to Jarvis and the whistle's blown. It looks like I may have put one of their players out of the game. So I'm being subbed off here at halftime. Shaqiri comes on. So we'll watch the rest of the match. Still scoreless. Going into the second half. We'll get it started off. Allen. For Kondogbia. Forward for Vargas. Not a good touch. That's going to be taken away by Pritchard. Oliveira is going to play it forward for Brady, who gets it to Pritchard. Pritchard waiting. Slides the ball through. Oliveira cuts it back. Defender on his back, and he gets a shot, and Butland pushes that out for a corner. Olsen for Howson. Thompson, he's going to go over the top. Jarvis is running onto this. Oh, what a tackle by Glenn Johnson. Out wide, Shaqiri. Under a half hour remaining here. Allen gives it to Bradley all the way back now. It looks like we're going to try and reset. Wolscheid, what's he going to do? Gives it to Semedo. Semedo forward for Bradley. Has a chance to keep the ball going. Now comes out to Arnautovic. Working it up really slow here, and Brady pokes that away. Gives it to Oliveira. He's got Pritchard on a run in front of him. Pritchard steps on it, turns it inside, and a shot. Butland with the save. And Johnson's going to get this away. Arnautovic on this corner. Now he gets the go-ahead. Goes quickly to Semedo. He's going to dink it in. Ruddy pushes it right back out to Arnautovic, and it bounces, and Ruddy has to push that over the top of the bar. Would have been a fluke there. Brady. Up this line here. Is that Johnson? Yeah, Johnson's on him. I don't know why him and Semedo have switched. Thompson now. Wolshai comes up to poke it away. Olsen slides to keep it in this half. 5 minutes left. Brady's going to send a cross in, and he barely misses the head of Naismith at the back post. That would have been a great goal. Time is running out here. 3 minutes added on. Butland's going to try and get this forward. Diouf with the head on for Shaqiri. Shaqiri's in behind. He's going to lay it off. Arnautovic with a chance, and he hits the side netting as the final whistle blows. It's a scoreless draw at Carroll Road. So 0-0. We miss out on an opportunity to draw level with Arsenal with basically now 3 games left in the season. It's a 6.7 rating for us. We were subbed off at halftime. As you see, we couldn't get a shot on target all game. Doubtful they'll let us see anything that went on. So, of course, expectations have changed. We've already met most of our goals. Out 3 weeks, which probably means the end of the season. We may be back, though, for that FA Cup final. And news here. They've transferred listed Jack Butland. I don't understand what's going on. Why would we get rid of our best keeper? So the second leg of the Europa League semifinals, we travel to Portugal. Of course, we have a 2-0 lead going in. Both of them home goals, so it could go any way here in this match. We'll go ahead and sim through as it's taking a little bit of time. A little sluggish here in the My Player when we get into these matches. It's 2-2. Shaqiri and Semedo pick up goals to counter Corona and Brahimi. So we advance to the finals of the Europa League. Maybe there's a chance I'll be back for then. Up next in Premier League, Manchester City. We lost 1-0 earlier in the season on a Kevin De Bruyne header. Vargas gets the start up top, and it's 1-0. Kondogbia scores in the 4th minute. Sergio Aguero missing a penalty in the 24th. So we split the points with Manchester City this season. Traveling to Leicester, the penultimate game of the Premier League season. That familiar 4-4-2. We drew with Leicester earlier in the season, 1-1. Diouf gets the start up top. And it's a 2-2 draw. Slimani with the brace. Diouf picks up 1, as does Kondogbia. So back-to-back games for Kondogbia with goals. And wrapping up the Premier League, Newcastle. Up in Newcastle. We beat them 1-0 earlier in the season. And Arnautovic and Allen give us a 2-0 lead to wrap up the Premier League season. But we'll see if we'll return for any of those final matchups. Okay, so some awards have come in since the Premier League is over. Jack Butland is goalkeeper of the year. He wins the Golden Gloves. Dele Alli with 15 goals wins the Golden Boot. Team of the competition, Peters and Semedo make the team of the year. Interesting choices there. And I win player of the season. That's kind of a surprise. Only a couple goals and maybe a dozen or so assists. So I'm not back yet for the Europa League finals. We're facing Zenit St. Petersburg. We are the home squad for this, as we deal with a bit of just sluggish loading times when we get into these European matches. Vargas gets the start up top. Bradley, Kondogbia, Whelan on the central midfield. Sending through. It's a 1-0 victory. Vargas picks up the winner in the 22nd minute. Not a lot of highlights as you see there. So we win the Europa League. There's 2. And I'm still not back for the final versus Sunderland in the FA Cup. Pretty disappointing. I've been training for this week. Thought I would get selected. Diouf starts up top. And we'll sim. And it's a 2-1 loss. We lose the finals of the FA Cup. Goals from Cattermole and Matthews. Arnautovic got 1 back for us, but we could not draw equal. So we do get a treble this season, just not the treble we wanted, and we had actually a chance at 4 trophies. So we actually won the Premier League. Tied on points, but we had a better goal differential over Arsenal, so we do the treble. There, Watford, Hull City, Fulham getting relegated back to the Championship. And there you see, obviously we lost the FA Cup 2-1 to Sunderland. And moving forward, the 2-0 victory over Tottenham in the League Cup. Moving forward, Arsenal beat Napoli at the beginning of the season in the European Cup. Of course, the winner of the Champions League and the Europa League. It'll be an all Premier League final, Arsenal versus Manchester United. That's yet to be played. Manchester United 4-3 over Real Madrid. Arsenal 3-2 over Napoli in the semifinals there. And, of course, we beat Zenit St. Petersburg in the final of the Europa League, which would have automatically qualified us for the Champions League. But we'll move here to see some of the player stats. Willian and Dele Alli both had 15 goals. So they gave it to Dele Alli. Niang had 14. So had he not missed like the last, 7-8 games of the season, maybe he wins that. As we look at the rest of them. And for assists, I nearly edged out Dele Alli. He had 11. I did have that dozen. So top assist man in the league. Look through here, see if anybody else comes up. No. Clean sheets. Jack Butland with 21. 8 more than David De Gea. Probably why he won the Golden Gloves. And yellow cards or red cards, we didn't really have any of that problem this season, so not too worried about those. But we'll go and look to see how the other leagues did and who will be in the Champions League next season. Genk won in Belgium. Copenhagen won in Denmark. And there we see the Premier League. The Championship, Sunderland and Aston Villa will be coming up as Bournemouth, Derby, QPR, or Burnley. One of those 4, depending on who wins the playoffs. And relegated will be Bolton, Birmingham City, Preston. Coming up from League One will be Rotherham and Millwall. And then one of MK Dons, Coventry, Southend, or Oxford. And relegated we Notts, Rochdale, and Shrewsbury. And Mansfield Town won League Two. AFC Wimbledon will also be coming up. And I believe Oldham Athletic as well. I think 3 automatically come up. Monaco win League 1. Lyon actually finished ahead of PSG. Bit of a surprise there. Bayern Munich win the Bundesliga by 7 points over Leverkusen. Roma win in Italy by a point over Juventus. Feyenoord win in the Netherlands. Rosenborg in Norway. Benfica actually win in Portugal. Zenit won in Russia. And one more big one. Celtic in Scotland. And Barcelona 5 points over Real Madrid in Spain. All right, so we'll finish off the season with kind of a squad report. Jack Butland, #1 goalkeeper by far. 43 clean sheets in 60 matches. So if they move him on, it's interesting which one of these other 4 are going to take his place. None of them anywhere near the quality there. Semedo, they're at right back. 3 goals and 2 assists. Not a bad season. Glenn Johnson picked up an assist. Barsley as well. Wolscheid, a little bit injured there. Not too much contributors from that back line as far as goals go. Some of these guys never even saw playing time. Muniesa had 2 goals. Peters with 2 goals and 2 assists. 5 and 4 for Bradley. Molina got 1 and 1 in spare time. Glenn Whelan really regressing. Of course, he is retiring. 6 and 1, not bad. 11 and 6 for Shaqiri on that right-hand side. Of course, he split time with Arnautovic. 4 and 4 from Joe Allen. 5 and 6 from Kondogbia. A couple guys that haven't played much there. 6 and 4 from Gianelli Mbula. Not a bad season from him. Charlie Adams regressing. 6 and 2 from Marko Arnautovic. 9 and 19 from ourselves. So more goals than I remember scoring, but we did do well in the other cup competitions. Boyan with 2 and 4. His season was pretty disappointing. Some guys that didn't play much. Affile actually had 2 goals. 8 and 1 from Vargas in half a season. So pretty good performance out of him. A few other guys. Diouf had 5 and 2. Would have expected a little bit more out of him. And then Niang, 25 goals and 11 assists. We really missed him when he went down. Even though we still performed well on the pitch, would have been nice to have him in that FA Cup final. But I've put in a transfer request, so the first time in this series that I've done such. I mean, if they're going to sell Jack Butland, not too excited to stay with him. I won Player of the Year. Really, really surprising. Player of the Year is on the transfer market. But that is going to wrap up this season and this episode. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button. We'll start off next episode in season kind of number 3.5. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button. Subscribe if you haven't already. I'll see you next time.